Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Have Faith, Show Love, Give Hope, the podcast where I have faith. I show love to my viewers and we give hope to whoever's watching. I did have today's welcome to my 200th episode. I did have a guest scheduled today, but they canceled on me last minute. But I'm never going to let that stop me. My podcast is basically week to week. Most people probably don't know me. My name is Yogi. My real name is Yosvani, but everyone calls me Yogi. I'm from Toledo, Ohio, but I was born in Cuba and I came here when I was a little tiny baby at 5 months old. We lived in encampment camps and underneath bridges when we first came from Cuba. And then eventually my grandma talked to some religious people in a tent in the congregation here in Toledo, Ohio, helped sponsor my family and bring us to Toledo, Ohio. And that's how I ended up here in Toledo, Ohio. Now I have this podcast called Have Faith, Show Love, Give Hope. At first, it was called Big Yogi's Garage, and I ended up one point going to prison and stuff like that. So when I got out of prison, I started cleaning houses with my mom, listening to podcasts, and I eventually I create since I had like a prison story, I was like, I can create a podcast talk about my prison story. So I created Big Yogi's Garage, and then while I was creating Big Yogi's Garage, I got like really sick and stuff. And I got sick and I started fasting and working out and started going like really ham on social media. And eventually by me fasting and a gentleman at the gym gave me a Bible. He's a Gideon. He gave me that little Bible right there is the New Testament. And that little Bible changed my whole life around. It kind of created a butterfly effect where once I had that Bible in my car, I started like looking at it, and eventually my cousins, people like this lady named Bridget, they were reaching out to me, and um, Dominic Garcia, my cousin Tony, Bridget, my wife, they were all like guiding me. I kept seeing signs. I found a keychain at a rental property. It all kept sending me signs that Jesus wanted to change my life. I was fasting. I could see like a lot of things going on in my life that eventually I just wanted to change the whole platform. So one day I told my wife, the next day I said, one day I told my wife, tomorrow we're going to church. So on 3/3/24, I walked into Compassion Church and the pastor was saying a word. And eventually at the end of the service, um, they did like a call to the altar and I walked up there. I physically didn't want to go up there, but my body just went up there. We did the prayer of salvation. And then ever since then, I just been on fire for Jesus. I eventually just kept looking around for different churches. I go to Five Lakes Church. I don't feel like I'm still a member, but I do go there every once in a while. I do work a lot. I have a cleaning business. I clean a lot of houses. So I'm still trying to figure out this thing, but now I changed my platform to have faith, show love, give hope, and I that's what I want to do. And that's why I've been steadily this is my 200 episode and then sometimes people cancel on me, sometimes people show up. Today I've been trying to get this interview for like 2 years and supposedly he was going to come and then last minute he said, "Can we do it tomorrow?" But I really don't got I schedule everything the way I schedule it. That just every podcast costs me money because the way that my cleaning business, I have to move things around and schedule things around. And this is the only time I can sit here with people. And then after that, I have to edit the podcast tomorrow, upload it, the next day, and I have to make sure it's uploaded by Saturday morning because I do this week to week. But today is my 200th episode. I'm really proud of myself. My wife she set this. She got me this shirt. She got me that little plaque, and then she got me these balloons and the 200. And it was all set up at my house in the morning. So I decided to bring it with me. And she wrote me this letter in the morning. Said, Yogi, good morning. Congrats on your 200th episode. I hope you know how proud I am to be your wife. I am the luckiest girl in the world. Love you. And then her name. Oh, she doesn't understand that I'm the luckiest man in the world because I always wanted to be a family man and I always wanted to have a beautiful wife that loved me and cared for me. And I finally found her. And I found her at the gym working out. So when I got out of prison, I started working out at this place called LB's, and she was the one that was working out behind me, and we both fell in love with each other, and we created this great chemistry where we both help each other. We both create this social media thing that we're doing, and we enjoy it and we love it, and we're inspiring people and creating this great relationship with other people. And it's just like through social media, we have our own ministry. My wife does it, we do it different. We don't do ministry like everyone else. We do ministry in our own type of way. When people come here and sit with me, this is my ministry. This is my men's group. This is my church. This is my one-on-ones. I don't got time to do one-on-ones with a lot of different people. If you want to have a one-on-one with me, just ask me to be on the podcast, because it's hard when I ask people. I don't ever like this is what happens when I ask people. People cancel on me. This is 2 weeks in a row. Episode 199, someone canceled on me, and then I had Zach Huffman come on, and then episode 200. This is a very important episode to me, so I was very, very let down by him not being here, but it's okay. I love him anyways because I've always wanted to talk to him. I wanted to talk to him for a long time, so I don't have nothing against nobody. It just lets me down because I I this how important this thing is to me that I already have 200 episodes and people been canceling on me forever, and I still keep going. I'm never gonna let no one stop me. It doesn't matter if people cancel on me, if they show up, if they don't show up. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep putting episodes out. Next week is 201. Nothing is gonna stop me from keep grinding and keep going. I pay a lot of money to have the studio. I pay a lot of money to have all of this and all these apps and all of this stuff to create this channel and to have this for myself. And I'm never gonna let anybody stop me. I'm just gonna keep grinding, keep showing up, because the only time this ever fails is if I don't show up. But if I keep showing up and I keep putting out episodes, it's gonna keep going. Yes, of course. I thought I was gonna get a good interview today, and I thought I was gonna have, a few hundred views, but this one will probably get, 10, 15 views because it's me by myself. But it's okay because as long as I keep going, the episodes keep going. It doesn't matter who views it. It doesn't matter if they like me or if they don't like me. If none of it matters. The only thing that matters is if you keep going, you keep grinding, and you keep creating what God has in store for you. Not everyone's gonna support you. Not everyone's gonna help you. Some people are gonna want to come and help you to like try to get whatever they can get from you, or try to um, grow whatever idea they have through your idea, which is okay. There's times where you have to help people grow, and there's times where you don't have to help people grow. But at the end of the day, this is all for me. This is all like fun, this podcast. I didn't create this podcast to interview people. I didn't even know what I was going to create it for. At first, it was just me telling my story, and then I started interviewing people, and then after a while, I didn't feel like it was even my podcast anymore. It's more about the guests. So sometimes it feels good that people cancel on me, and I can just talk and just tell my truth. And of course, it hurts when people cancel on me. Of course, it makes me feel like, dang, am I doing something wrong? That but it's like, it's hard too talking about your life, and and talking about and opening up to someone that you probably don't even know that good. And then he's gonna post it on, YouTube. Then he's gonna post it on his shorts. Then he's gonna post it all over his stories. Then he's gonna post it on Instagram and on TikTok. And it's tough because that's their story. So it's hard. Like, of course, people are gonna cancel on me because they're gonna overthink every little thing. And what is he gonna title things, and what is he gonna call it, and then all of this stuff. But I have to just go, keep going, no matter if the person comes, if the person doesn't come. I gotta keep showing up. What would be good is if I had episodes pre-recorded and I didn't have it to do it week to week. And like that, I could just, little by little, just have a whole bunch of them pre-recorded. But also, when I did at one point, I did have like five of them pre-recorded, but it's felt like the things that are happening right now, you can't even talk about them because you're gonna put that episode out like 5 weeks later, and then it just and then you have the way I do it with the storage and the phone. I can't have 5 episodes stored in my phone. I gotta kind of go week to week because as soon as I upload it and I put it on social media, then I can delete it from my phone. I can create a whole like delete it from all my storage and then just like have it on YouTube, delete it from my phone, and create the next episode for next week. That's the way you got to do it when you have a phone because in your phone, you know that you have only so much limited storage. So if you only have so much limited storage, you can't have videos and videos of a whole bunch of different podcasts. So I have to the way I do my podcast, it basically has to be week to week. But also, that's what makes my podcast interesting. That's what makes my podcast unique. That's what makes my podcast, dangerous. And at any moment, someone can just cancel on me, and I spend $300, and this is just has to be me. Doesn't matter if the guest comes or not. I still got to pay for the room. I still got to pay for the. I still got to reschedule my schedule. I still got to change things around. I still every episode cost me $300 because it's not just the episode that cost me the money, the whole production of it, the whole production of this episode. It doesn't matter if someone shows up or not, it's still going to cost me $300. So, regardless, I don't lose money if a person comes or goes or nothing. It's just to me, it's like I had invested that time and that effort and that money into this person, and then they don't show up. It just makes me feel like kind of like let down, but not because of them, because everyone has their own thing and everyone has their own like way to do things, and maybe and the excuses are valid. It's not like these people are just canceling on me. No, they have valid excuses, so it is what it is, but it's just I try so hard to do this for my city. So it kind of hurts, when people let me down. And plus and me, I'm 200 episodes in, right? Every week for 200 weeks. So I'm persistent, I'm dedicated, I'm consistent, you know. So when someone tells me they can't come or when they can't show, I get discouraged because I live to a certain standards. I work every day, all day, every weekend. It doesn't matter if it's hot, cold, you know, fall, winter, summer, whatever. It could be snow, sleet, whatever. I work every day, all day. My job has never stopped ever since I walked out of those gates 7 years ago. I have been nonstop grinding, trying to create this new version of this new version of myself, and I'm never gonna let it go. I'm never going to stop. I'm just going to keep creating a new version of myself to keep creating a better version of myself. So when people don't live to the standard that I have created for myself, then it lets me down. But also, I know how to put people in their categories. So I'm not trying to say that I, it's just that sometimes I've put people into my category and then they eventually put themselves in this category. And I'm like, oh, damn, I had you up here and then you put your, oh, okay. Now I know exactly what category to look them at so I can not expect you can't expect this from someone that's not that, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. I always expect people to be on time, punctual, like cuz I am. I expect to be ready. I expect to be like my dad. I tell my dad I'm picking you up at 8:30. My dad is outside ready with his bag ready at 8:30. You know what I mean? He's probably goes out at 8:25 and he's ready. When I tell you that I'm gonna be there at 8:30, I'm gonna be there at 8:30 forever. And if I'm gonna be 1 minute late, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna be 1 minute late. I don't and if I tell you I'm gonna be 10 minutes late, I'm gonna be 10 minutes late. I'm not gonna be 23 minutes late. I'm just I am a person that I have everything. Not that I don't even have everything organized or not. I'm a mess. I'm a super big time mess. But I keep my word. It's hard for me to not keep my word. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze real quick. Just had to take a little break because I had to sneeze. But yeah, I keep my word, man. I just try to um that's just who I am. I've actually built this person. When I went to prison, I really wasn't that person, you know? When I went to prison, I had to sit down and learn how to become a man just by watching a bunch of grown ass men moving like grown ass men. I started watching them and learning, and I was like, okay, that's how you do it. Oh, okay, this is what you do. Oh, I would see them like they'd get up and go do this and go do that and go to the gym. And for the first 3 months, I just watched and learned, and I didn't I didn't try to butt into nobody's stuff. I just kept learning and learning. Eventually I started going out to the gym. Eventually I started going out to where they played dominoes, and then I met everybody, and some of those guys knew my uncles and knew my family. One guy was bringing me pictures of my cousins, and then I was like, oh, okay. And then I started playing dominoes with them, working out with them. And then eventually I became, a unit leader. Eventually I became the leader of all the Cubans in that prison. And it's not because I ever wanted to be a leader in my whole life. They seen something in me that I couldn't even see in myself, that I still don't see in myself. But I became their leader. I became their voice, their their one that went up and talked for them. They're one that they would come to with the problems, to organize, to fix, to solve things without fighting. And that's what I'm trying to do now, man. I'm just trying to have faith. I'm trying to show love, and I'm trying to give my city hope. I hope that we get everything fixed. I hope that our city can look at everybody as humans and not as, colors or, groups. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all made in the image of God. We all make mistakes. We all need to be loving and caring to each other, open our hearts to each other. Imagine that other person being your brother. Imagine that other person being your sister. Imagine that other person being your son. Imagine the other person being your daughter. Imagine that other person being your mom. Imagine that other person being your dad. Remember that other person is just a person. We might have different skin colors. We might be born in different countries. We might be born in different states, but we're all made in the image of God. We're all made in the image of God. He loves us, and he wants us all to unite and love each other and care for each other. He doesn't want all this fighting. He doesn't want all this bickering. We're letting these people make us go against each other, and we are the ones that should be fighting with each or we should be we should not be fighting against each other. We should be fighting together to try to fix everything we can in this world, not fighting against each other, fighting with or fighting together against things that are evil in this world. That's what we need to do. I appreciate you guys so much for watching my 200th episode. I'm sorry I couldn't get a guest, but next week I have another guest, 201. Let's try it again. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Yogi. My real name is Yosvani. Everyone calls me Yogi. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. I appreciate you guys so much. Have faith, show love, give hope, let go, and let God. Thank you.